Adam, 22, and Charleston White finally sat down to have a conversation on camera after beefing online for years. Now, this conversation was hostile from the very beginning, and Charleston accused Adam of being something I don't think any man, especially any white man and business owner with black employees, want to be.
I almost forgot that I was dealing with a pretty hardcore conspiracy theorist, which I just was watching.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I was just watching you talking to Sean Cotton about how the world is flat and all this type of
So. I never said the world flat. I said the world round.
Okay, he actually said that he thinks.
I believe the world round.
No, he thinks the moon landing is fake. You guys both agree that space is fake.
I didn't say space was fake. I said I think the ocean is space.
That space is the ocean.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like you're kind of doing a disservice to your overall message by saying stuff like that.
I don't have a message. I don't have a message.
Well, you do whether you want to.
I've never had a message. My message was
the culmination of everything you say is your message.
Hey, y'all, I'm a character. This is not the real me. I want to take y'all back to my second Say Cheese TV interview. I said, say, man, it sounds like y'all falling for the macking in the conversation. I'm just playing a character. Half the I say I don't mean or believe.
But isn't that something for you to just kind of fall back on when you find yourself in unfriendly territories as a podcaster?
I've touched millions. I stay in unfriendly territory and ain't nobody done nothing. I intentionally disrespect dead people, kids. So ain't nobody, everybody I done disrespect, I done been in their face and I never bow down.
Right.
I told y'all I'm playing a character.
But when you take on your more extreme
but I'm making millions.
Like
I'm making millions.
Right, but like, you know, making fun of somebody's dead kid. Like,
I do make fun of it. But what you gonna do about it? I made fun of your dead fucking kid. What you gonna do?
Well, I could do that too, but what do I gain from that?
But what you mean? I like to do it.
You like to make fun of dead kids?
I love it.
But how do you justify that?
Easy. Same reason white people justify slavery. And
not this white person.
This was a mistake by Adam going down this rabbit hole. Adam had Charleston White back up against the wall. Charleston White confessed and admitted that nothing that comes out of his mouth he believes. He also was about to die on a hill of disrespecting people's dead children. Adam had him on the wall cornered. There's nowhere like Charleston White could have went. But Charleston White was able to bait Adam into a conversation that Adam could have win, and Adam took the bait. So what proceeds to happen now is Charleston White strategically now put Adam back against the wall and forced Adam to take the side of being in favor of private prisons, which is just absurd and crazy. And I don't even think Adam supports private prison, because Adam is Adam is a really liberal guy. I don't think Adam really supports private prisons, right? If he gives it more thought, right? But Adam was put in a position where he had to defend private prisons. Once he got Adam to take a position in defending private prisons that's just indefensible, that 99.9% of the people watching this video disagree with, once he got Adam to take a position that's so unfavorable, he now pivoted. He accused the people running private prisons of damn near being slave owners, because the 14th Amendment does say that that slavery is illegal unless it's in a prison. So once he got Adam to take that side now, he was then able to quickly maneuver and start accusing Adam of being like-minded and similar to the slave owners who run in private prisons, which was then easy to get off because Adam just spent the last 5 minutes defending private prisons. Yo, Adam is a really, really, really smart guy. So for Charleston White to pull this off on Adam, I'm impressed. This dude is slick.
Well, you make an observation.
But white people also eliminated slavery in America.
No, they didn't.
Well, yeah, they did.
No, they did.
Yeah, we had a whole war.
No, they didn't. They didn't eliminate slavery.
Well,
you must don't know the 14th Amendment.
Okay.
Dumbass. You didn't pay attention.
Slavery was a thing, and then slavery stopped being a thing. And the X factor in between that was a war in America.
No, it wasn't. That was over states' rights. That wasn't over slavery.
Right, states' rights to have slaves.
No. It wasn't over states' rights. That was over the states saying the federal government can't tell us anything. Had nothing to do with slaves.
Right, but slavery was kind of the biggest issue in that regard.
No, it didn't. It had nothing to do with slavery. It had states' rights. The same thing we're fighting over now. The federal government can't infringe upon no states' rights. Had nothing to do with slavery. Why? Because slavery was never abolished, except you've been duly convicted of a crime. Maybe you should read the 14th Amendment.
You really want me to do this?
I'm asking you to.
Was slavery abolished?
Slavery was abolished, except you've been duly convicted of a crime.
Yep. Yes, chattel slavery was legally abolished in most countries over the 19th and 20th centuries. I didn't even narrow it down to the U.S.
He said most countries. American slavery, the 14th Amendment abolished slavery, except what? You've been duly convicted of a crime.
It was abolished through the 13th Amendment.
Duly convicted of a crime. Go to the 14th.
Right, but I don't think that the fact that we have prisons necessarily takes away from the fact that we abolished slavery, right? I mean,
What?
prisons offer a different role in society, and every country has prisons.
So why do they have private prisons?
Because
With private investors who make money off free labor.
Because they think that private corporations are able to provide these services more efficiently.
They don't think. I would suggest you go back and read your amendments, huh?
Right. But
so you have private prisons. So why is the private industry and why is prison on the stock market?
But why are private enterprises able to perform almost every task in business more efficiently than government-owned corporations? Like,
just take my word for it. I'm telling you guys, Adam does not support private prisons. All right. Adam is my homie. I've known Adam for about 4 years now. Adam's values and beliefs in real life do not represent or align with what private prison stands for. Just take my word for it, man. At some point in this video, he does say that he doesn't support private prisons. But after you spend 5 minutes defending private prisons, you can't really get that off, right? Like, right. Nobody is listening to you saying, I don't support private prisons when you spend 5 minutes supporting it, right? But Charleston White, once he got Adam to take that position, Charleston White then compares the no jumper business model to the private prison business model. And then once he points out the similarities, he then says, well, if this business model is similar to yours and the owners of this are slave owners, then how are you not a slave owner? I do think Adam defended his position really well. I think Adam, for the most part, if Adam was not a smart guy, Adam would have gotten like steamrolled and washed. But he defended his position really well. But nonetheless, you could tell he was still really annoyed, you know, because nobody wants to be called like a slave owner and have their business compared to a slave plantation.
Like, don't you think McDonald's is better fit to serve cheap burgers than if the U.S. were to like create their own burger chain? And I'm not necessarily defending private prisons. I'm just saying it's logical why they exist.
You just said how does slavery goes into the prison system? Slavery has to do with what?
No, I actually think they're two totally different things.
Free labor, right? Slavery is free labor.
Yeah.
For somebody making money. So you have the government, you have the sheriff department, you have the state who owns prisons, right? And they put people to work. You paying your dues. You pay your dues to society. Why did the private industry, private sector of business get into the prison and take it to the stock market, where slaves was once on the stock market?
Probably
before there were stocks, there were slaves.
It's the same reason that people choose to use UPS instead of the Postal Service.
Boy, like the typical white boy. Let's go to the next question. I see how you're looking at it.
But what am I saying that's wrong? Private corporations are able to provide services more efficiently than the government.
I went to school to study law at Texas Wesleyan University. It's a reason why they put except in there. And there's a clause. It's a reason why there's a clause in accept. It's not abolished. That's why it's accept in there. So there's no reason to keep arguing with a fool that don't know what he know. The niggas that work on your podcast are slaves. They work for pennies and crumbs.
Well, they get paid and they can leave at any time.
They get paid for crumbs.
They get paid and they can leave at any time.
You're their slave master.
Those are kind of the biggest factors of slavery is that you're not getting paid and you can't leave.
Comparing niggas coming to podcasts for 2 hours a day for about 3 days a week to what slaves went through, I think is an insult. And I think Adam got it down packed. It can't be slavery if they were getting paid and they were free to leave. Like, slaves worked for free and they were literally like property. They couldn't leave, right? They were literally objects of property, right? So no, I don't feel like you can compare podcasting to slavery, right? Like that's not even close. Now, even if you want to use it in like colloquial terms, like people love to say, oh man, like some people up there is getting paid $150. That might sound bad to a lot of people, but think about it for a second, okay? If somebody who nobody knows is completely irrelevant, you know, because most people that Adam give an opportunity to has never been heard of before No Jumper. So you bring somebody who's never been heard of, they come to No Jumper, and you pay them $150 per show to come and podcast for 2 hours. So they're getting paid $75 per hour, and they have the opportunity to make their own content and do whatever they want to do outside of working at No Jumper. They could work a full-time job, which I would hope they are working a full-time job if you're getting paid $150 a show. So, right, they can work a full-time job as well. So I don't think paying somebody $75 per hour, to me, is slavery. Like to me, that's, you know, that's a very good wage, bro. If I'm Adam, man, some dudes, I'm not paying. Man, let's admit the cloud is your payment. That's how I'll run it for some dudes. You feel me? So no. And I think Adam was able to walk Charleston White down. That Charleston White was able. Charleston White like quickly pivot, right? And I think Adam like caught the W here because Charleston White quickly pivoted from slavery, which is very harsh, to now they're just indentured servants, which I still don't think that's the case. Because if, people podcasting for $75 an hour are indentured servants, then what, is all workforce indentured servants?
I wouldn't call them slaves. They're indentured servants.
No.
Yes, they're indentured servants.
Should we look up the definition of indentured service?
Well, they're getting paid pennies.
They're not indentured. They're
not making what I make.
They're not servants. They're employees.
Them niggas still stuck in a rut.
How is No Jumper different than like a TV station or any other business that pays people for their time?
Well, I've never seen nobody go here and go up.
That's so not true.
Name one person.
For the record. You could point to somebody like Brick Baby who came on No Jumper and immediately became like one of the most well-known members of LA.
I've never seen him on anywhere other than a low-budget channel. I've never seen him get booked.
Well, now he's in prison, which is the whole thing.
Well, before then.
But he was getting tons of paid interview bookings because of his time on No Jumper.
I've never seen him on a major platform anywhere. Name one.
What about somebody like Crip Mac who's been able to earn six figures a year for the past 5 years that we've been doing content?
Joy made 6 figures out of Crip Mac. Crip Mac is dumb and stupid.
Okay, if Crip Mac signed a bad deal, then it is what it is.
So let me just say it. So show me where Crip Mac have left No Jumper and springboarded. Yeah, he springboarded to Drewski and came right back down to here.
And Channel 5 is big platforms like that.
Where at Channel 5?
Channel 5.
Here in LA?
Travel all over the U.S.
I hadn't seen him travel nowhere. When I look at his page and his social media page, I don't see no evidence. He's legally
not really allowed to travel.
I don't see no evidence where he's been anywhere. And and at one point in time, he was a major figure. Before he was locked up, he was a major figure.
He still is.
He should have had voice off. Man, y'all.
Came out and did 1 million views on his first interview.
But did 1 million views and got what out of it? I do 1 million views daily.
Granted, you have.
I do 50 million a month.
An ability to have a sustained.
I do 50 million a month just on one platform on TikTok. I'm 4 billion. He should be like that too, but he can't sell himself. He needs somebody else to market.
Well, I'm assuming you would agree that Crip Mac maybe doesn't have the depth that you have, right?
Yeah, he is slow.
I'm not saying
and it's only so much you can do with a
I'm saying the variety that you provide in an average podcast is a little bit more than he provides, right?
I tell everybody all the time, our greatest ally, greatest friend of America is a white man like Adam.
That was a good point. Thank you.
You really are.
Actually, when you came out and you were saying why you didn't want to do content with me, because you said that you don't like white boys like me who love black people, and you prefer white dudes who are blatantly in your face racist. I do feel kind of complimented that you don't put me into that category.
No, I don't. You're the worst kind. You're the hidden racist. The one that act like you like us but really don't. That's
why you put me on a lot of things tests right now. You're not gonna be able to find out that I'm racist.
That's why you.
I think they titled this clip too. Charleston White accuses Adam of being a secret racist, and the comments were secret question mark. Yo, listen, man, it's hard for me to really decipher like what's serious and what's not, because Charleston White said throughout this interview that he say things for shock value. He don't believe nothing he says, and I think at some point like Adam was able to get him to pivot off of his pivot and say that he don't think Adam is racist at all. So I don't know, man. Again, very entertaining interview. Y'all let me know, who do you guys think got the best of who during this interview, man?
I think it was even. I ain't gonna lie, Charleston White was winning at first, and then Adam came back, It was a nice little battle between the two. And to be honest, I haven't seen nobody that was on No Jumper, lead No Jumper, and be successful and growing. Besides Flacco, you know what I'm saying? Flacco is applying pressure. He got his own channel. He been doing his thing. So I've been seeing him on the climb. He out the way. He ain't getting locked up like the rest of them. So he the only person that I would say that, elevating outside of No Jumper. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments about this video. Who y'all think won the debate? Adam 22 or Charleston White?